So there's this book, Pride and Prejudice and Zombies, which is just Pride and Prejudice, which Jane Austen already wrote, with some random zombie crap thrown in. And this book was apparently so successful that it spawned a whole slew of copycats, including Sense and Sensibility and Sea Monsters, Jane Slayer, Little Women and Werewolves, and most recently, Wuthering Bites, which asks the burning question, what if Heathcliff were a vampire? These books need to stop. There's nothing funny or clever or interesting about taking two things that people have already done better and just slamming them together. These literary mashups aren't even very difficult to make. To prove this point, I, with the help of my buddy Max, have come up with 100 titles of possible Pride and Prejudice and Zombies spin-offs, which are really just 100 classic works of fiction with the tropes, characters, themes, titles, and other elements of the horror and monster genres just slammed in for no other reason than because we could. Here they are. Invisible Man and the Invisible Man. Of Mice and Men and Weremice. The Grapes of Wraith. Portrait of the artist as a young man-eating shark. Bleak House of Horrors. Tender is the Nightmare. A Remembrance of Things That Go Bump in the Night. Middlemarch of the Living Dead. Oliver Twisted. The Haunting of Northanger Abbey. Pumpkinhead Wilson. Of course you know Pumpkinhead was the 1988 horror film directed by Stan Winston, but did you know one of the minor actors in it was named Dick Warlock? It's true, look it up, it's awesome. The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn. Hillbilly Cannibal. The Devil and Daniel Webster. And a Mummy. As I Lay Dying of Chainsaw Wounds. How Stella Got Her Ghoul Back. To the Fright House. Heart of Army of Darkness. Their Eyes Were Watching Godzilla. Ulysses and the Abominable Snowman. Slaughterhouse-5 and Space Aliens. Wait a minute. This book is about what? Awesome! Going to Meet the Wolfman. The Once and Future King Kong. Dracula. Franny and Zoe and Carrie. The Fountain Dead, or The Phantom Head. Morning Becomes Elvira. A Room with a View of Hell. Gulliver's Travels. The Old Man and the Sea Monster. Mrs. Dalloway and Dementors.
Mrs. Dalloway said she would buy the flowers herself, but she would have to escape Azkaban prison first.
The Hellfire of the Vanities. Gore and Peace. It Came from Winesburg, Ohio. One Flew Over the Cthulhu's Nest. The Scarlet Leatherface. Tales from the Crypt of the South Pacific. Troll Flanders, Robertson Gruesome, I Succubus, I Know What the Great Gatsby Did Last Summer. You see, both The Great Gatsby and I Know What You Did Last Summer involve covering up a fatal car crash, so that joke is actually quite clever.
Incorrect!
The Bridge Over the River Styx. Portrait of a 50-Foot Lady. A Confederacy of Dunces Meets the Blob. Lolita vs. the Swamp Creature. Don Quixote and a Non-Imaginary Monster. Ethan Frome. Dinosaur Hunter. The Victim of a Homicidal Maniac. The Hell Jar. Alien vs. Pamela. Catch 666 by Joseph Heller. Ooh. Bride's Severed Head Reanimated. The Way of All Flesh Eaters. The Color Purple Out of Space. The Cratcher in the Rye, or The Slasher in the Rye. David Copperfiend. A Farewell to Arms Gnawed Off by Zombies. Friday the 13th in 1984. The Count Dracula of Monte Cristo. Brain Street. The Supernatural. Even in the original novel, he gets shot by a silver bullet. We barely have to change anything. The Adventures of Tom Sawyer, American Witch Doctor. The Brothers Chimera-Zov. A Connecticut Yeti in King Arthur's Court, or a Connecticut Banshee in King Arthur's Corpse. The Things They Buried. The Hellraiser's Edge. Call It Creep. Beast of Eden. Sophie's Chud. It. And another monster in addition to the one from It. Of Human Centipede Bondage. The Sound and the Furies, Dr. Jiva Golem, a manticore for all seasons. Are you there, God? It's me, Dracula. Uncle Tom's Coffin, Let the Right Stuff In, Love in the Time of Chupacabra, or Lovecraft in the Time of Cholera, This Side of Poltergeist, Cannibal Farm, The Lord of the Ring.
And Aragorn said it would be most kind of us to rewind this videotape of the creepy little girl before we return it to Mount Doom from whence it came.
Living Death Comes for the Archbishop, The Kane Mutant, The Lost World and the Lost Boys. The Sun Also Rises on Vampires. The Bee Moviegoer. Die, Antonia! Ravelstein, or A Modern Prometheus. My Brother Sam is Undead. The Picture of Dorian's Grave. Attack of the Killer Fried Green Tomatoes at the Whistle Stop Cafe. Nailed it! Fahrenheit 451. Grave New World. An American Werewolf Tragedy in Paris. Go Tell It on the Mountains of Madness. The Adventures of Augie Martian. A Nightmare on Mango Street. Little Hostel on the Prairie. Confessions of Bat Turner. Vampire Slave. The Love of the Last Tyrannosaur. All quiet on the werewolf front. There you have it. Random House, Doubleday, Penguin, Simon & Schuster. Give me a call. I could have any of these written by tomorrow.